Hi guys, good morning and welcome to the Sports Buffet on Elevated TV Radio. It's the Elevated TV Sports YouTube channel, and it's a bit of a. I need to apologize for yesterday. The way the show ended, you could tell that I didn't sign out. It was because we ran out of fuel. I thought that from my calculation, when we set out, I thought, okay, we could do 1 hour, but then it just went off and I had to go to school. So there was no chance to really properly set up and apologize for you guys. So I apologize for that one. For anybody who's disappointed about the show yesterday, yes, we're back this morning. And if we got to talk, let's talk about some of the talking points, the conversations that are going on in the beautiful world of sports. And there's a whole lot, there's plenty, but I'm going to deal with one major one that everybody, bounced off. I'm wearing my Arsenal shirt, so you kind of like know that I come prepared for this one already, and it's up to you and every other person to join in on the conversation and tell me what you think about it. Okay, so what is that topic? It's the Bukayo Saka versus Phil Foden conversation, and I've got some messages on my WhatsApp message and my Instagram and Twitter DMs that I'm also going to share if time permits me on the show, or if you guys allow me to get in on the show with it. And as you're joining the live, please click on the like buttons so that we go, in tandems in terms of the numbers. Okay. Yeah, my name is Idafi Matthias. You're gonna love to call me the Legato on Sports. It's another lovely Thursday morning. It's Thursday, right? Ah, God. Yes, it's Thursday. Yesterday was Wednesday. I was in school, so it's Thursday morning, and let's see how it shifts. First off, let me ask you guys this question, because sometimes, okay, we're in this craze of wanting to do the show, wanting to talk sports, want the numbers to go up. How are you guys coping? Those of you in Nigeria, how are you guys coping? How are you dealing with the reality of the hardship? This, because this is no longer a case of, oh, I have some money saved up. I'm not sure there is anybody who have backup fund right now in Nigeria. Even those that are working, that are earning money on a regular basis, I am sure. I've not worked or earned money regularly for since 2017, so I don't know how that life feels anymore. But this life where you have to grind every day, where you have to, you know, break boundaries, break barriers, and also at the same time turn down certain things that are not good, that does not represent what your name represents, what your vision, your life represent. It's crazy, okay? But I don't know. It's squeezing. It's squeezing. It's like falling into the ocean and going deep. Even though there's no shark, there is no immediate threat. The deeper you go, the more compressed your lungs will become, and pretty soon you will lose your breath. Even though the president said that let the poor breathe, I don't even think that the rich are breathing right now. Okay, so how are you guys doing? Let's spend some time to talk about the hardship that we're facing in the country right now. How are you guys dealing with it? How are you guys surviving on a daily basis? Because it's humbling. It is very, very humbling. I wouldn't say I didn't expect it. If you follow the nation, the recklessness of our politicians and the insensitive nature of the way they spend, and the fact that sometimes you almost think that these guys don't even have a plan. The only plan that most politicians have is a plan on how to campaign and win election. But to do the work that you're elected for, it's hard, especially when in your heart of heart you're convinced that nobody voted for you. you know if you are overwhelmed by the emotion or the reality that, wow, these people queued up and voted for me, chose me to be their leader, whether governor, senator, president, as of rep, as of assembly member. These people queued up honestly and voted for me to be in power, right? there is a there's a responsibility to those people. But think about it for a minute, and this is what I always think about. And it's also the reason why no constituency have been able to call back a senator or governor. Nobody has been able to call back anybody, because these guys look at themselves as like, you know what, you didn't vote for me. I rigged my way here. I bought my way here. I did all these things that I needed to do here. So when I am here, I'm going to pay back the loan that I collect to buy election or to rig election. And then I'm going to satisfy my bank account and Still enough money, because that's the reason why you will hear that somebody forged the president's signature when the president is alive. Somebody forged his signature and money were moved. Because even at that, when I hear that thing, I was like, okay, wait a minute. I thought the Federal Executive Council is supposed to be having a monthly meeting. Okay, in that monthly meeting, every parastatals, every minister, everybody who have an appointment, who is a part of that thing, will not give account, will not give report. So they forged the president's signature. I was trying to buy into that story, and I think it is possible. It's possible. I was in one event. I was in one WhatsApp group, very, very, tight, neat WhatsApp group where you can't even bring in people because of the class of people that are there. And they were talking about this thing, and I just practically I'm the poorest and youngest person there, and I chip in this question. I said, "Wait, you mean to say that the president's signature was forged? They still go to Federal Executive Council meeting, and this is millions of dollars, and they didn't report, give report of the money that was released to the president in the minutes or in the departmental report. They didn't mention it, and the president said, no, who approved that money?" You understand? What are we really saying? Like, I mean, that why you guys sounding like we're idiots? Well, this is not a political show. This is not Channels TV Arise or News Central. This is Elevated TV Sports. So we're supposed to be talking sports. So, but I'm just thinking, how are you guys surviving? How are you guys dealing with the reality of the hardship, the dust, the heat wave? There's a whole lot going on if you're living in Nigeria right now. And I was telling my friend yesterday, he was like his elder brother who lives in Austria. It's not even taking his call. He's not sending them money. He doesn't know how hard life is. And I said to him, I said, yes, it's harder in Nigeria, no doubt about it, but it's also tough for those people in the abroad, in the diaspora. It is very, very tough for them. What you guys don't understand, especially you that are family members of those guys, is that apart from you that is asking and banking on them, apart from the bills that they have to pay, the abroad life does not really create opportunity for you to save money. It creates opportunity for you to have access to everything you need, for as long as you can plug in your payment system so that the money is debited even before you see it. And so it is hard to get leftover, and life must go on. So you're going to take care of all those things and those bills. By the time you take care of the bills at the week, on Thursday or Friday, where you get that money, you don't even have any leftover. So you carry it over again and say, I'll do it next week. But then there's another pile up of bills that's waiting, especially this period now. You're paying more for heater, you're paying a whole lot. And I'm trying to explain to him. And the guy's like, no, you're just making an excuse because, the brother is my friend, my classmate back in the day. So you're just making an excuse for your guy. Now this, man, our wickedness. If not, babe, now you can send that money. And I laugh. So you people in the diaspora, learn to have what I tag as honest talk. Like me and my younger ones, I do honest talk with them. I see what I'm dealing with. I can't even afford to buy fuel. That's small. I can't even afford to buy data on my phone sometimes. So guys, so when they're asking, they know, okay, they bite this guy too. And sometimes when I get email for my bills that I'm owing, whether it's rent, whether it's this one or that one, I forward to them to like the family WhatsApp group. I like wanna see you, see what they deal with you. I'm not asking them to help me, but I'm just making them understand that you need to understand when you ask me for that. Oh, my pikin need this phone, my pikin need that, and I don't prioritize it, and you're getting angry. Just realize that it's not available because this Lagos too. I'm as jobless. I not get work. So I think that those of you, this is me just providing solution because I hear this complaint too many times. This is me just providing solution. I think that you guys in the abroad should also try and create opportunities to be able to discuss with family members so that they would understand what really is going on. That's a very important part. Having said that, let's come back to the sporting realities and the conversation that we should be having. Why are our numbers dropping all of a sudden after the AFCON? Everybody, it's like nobody's interested in this show anymore. Olafat say, good morning, boss. Good morning to you. It's God that has been helping me. At least I got an increase in salary when I'm thinking of leaving the job. But alhamdulillah. Okay, that's a good one. I'm happy for you. I won't lie. I'm very, very happy for you. You see, this is what I'm saying. Now, that message that comes when they say you've exhausted your data. and then everything start counting. But somebody now will call me and tell me, bros, Afana, help me do 20 gig. Man, I'm also dealing with the lack of internet too. They do me too. So I think that you guys in diaspora, and I also have friends abroad who always say, hey, their family member need to understand. Every time bring this, every time wire me money. They need to understand that things are rough. Try and explain to them. And that's what I think anyway. But if you have a different idea, maybe you should share. But let's go to the conversation. So Rio Ferdinand came out, and this is what Rio Ferdinand had to say. Let me Ferdinand say, talking on Bukayo Saka, he say he hasn't done it in the Champions League, has he? Phil Foden had done it against the best teams consistently. Saka needs the opportunity to do it on that platform. And so for him, Phil Foden is a better player than Bukayo Saka. And a lot of Arsenal fans were outraged, especially those guys on the AFTV. And I don't blame them. I'm not here to blame them or look for excuse or something. I want to get look for excuse to say, oh, they are right or Rio Ferdinand is wrong. No, I look at the conversation by that comment by Rio Ferdinand, and I'm like in my head, but this guy is right. Okay, this guy is right. There's something he has said here that I think I would also say if I was in his shoe. Okay, but well, I want to hear different people's opinion. Would you pick Bukayo Saka or Phil Foden? And for either one you pick, I don't think there's a right or wrong answer. For either one you pick, you have to give us the reason why you are picking them. And there's another conversation about Arsenal. Some people say they are better at chasing than leading. So if Arsenal is at the top of the table, you are almost guaranteed. It's almost as certain that they are going to lose it. But if they're chasing from behind, they are doing a book of woe, they just might hit the target and win it. But like, who do you chase? You're chasing a Man City team. Man City have gone 11 games in our competition without losing. And all of a sudden, Diaz and what's it called? Stones back pairing is back. The defense is good again. Yes, I agree that Arsenal have the best defense this season, but it's just by 1 goal difference, right? Arsenal have been very, very good defending, but sometimes they struggle to find the goals, create chances, and they don't take it. But hey, that's a big one. Then there's also the talk about Mauricio Pochettino. Is it time for Chelsea to say, you know what? Thank you very much for your service. Thank you for all the things that you've done, but this thing is not going the way we want it to go. There's a different way we planned for this thing to go, but right now it's not going that way. Please kindly move away. Let us follow a different plan and all that. Okay, I don't know what you think about it, but that's something that is in the conversation right now. Everybody is talking about it. Oh, Mauricio Pochettino should be told to leave. Then there is also the Thomas Tuchel conundrum where, yesterday night, Lazio have not been doing well themselves, and then all of a sudden, Upamecano, what was it thinking anyway? What was it thinking? Huh? What was Upamecano thinking? Just stand. Even according to his own coach, Thomas Tuchel like, man, that was foolish of him. Just stand and block the ball. What's the worst thing he can do? He will just play a shot. You're in the box, you're in the 80-yard box, and you're lunging in like that. That's like very, very unintelligent, unprofessional, like very foolish. I'm sorry to say, but that's how it felt like. And I don't know. I'm going to leave you guys to be the judges of all that one. And Paris Saint-Germain roared like the Paris Saint-Germain that we expect them to be, just that they're not consistent with it. The thing with Mbappe is leave him a very tiny space, it will punish you. Up until the goal that Mbappe scored, I thought that Real Sociedad have done well, but they committed suicide by, giving Kylian Mbappe space. And the defender who should have kept him offside also stood too deep, and things happened very fast. There was no need for VAR check. And then Bacola scored the second one. That was beautiful. Pace, control, toe poking, everything you needed. And that was it. So let's come back to the Bukayo Saka's conversation. You could throw in the Mauricio Pochettino conversation there. Crystal Palace are now holding an emergency meeting to tell, what's his name, Roy Hodgson, old man, 75 or 76-year-old man, say, you know what? Thank you. Your second coming is not it's not coming at all. Everything is not looking bad. So you gotta go. And he needs to go. Like I said before, I still do not understand why Patrick Vieira was fired. And the result, when they ended the season last season very well, but I mean, currently seems like they're in the worst place than where they were when Patrick Vieira was fired. So all of those are in the conversation this morning. And thank you for those of you who went back and commented on yesterday morning show, even though it ended abruptly the way the fuel ran out of the gen and everything just went off. I am sorry for that one. I calculated wrongly. I mean, I said just bend the gen and put it on. Don't worry, we'll run 1 hour before before the show over. There'll still be for a while. It didn't work like that. I calculated wrongly. It's my responsibility. I was wrong, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that one. Then there's this message on my DM. Okay. Hi, Dafe. Good afternoon. So this message came in yesterday afternoon. Hi, Dafe. Good afternoon. How are you doing? I've been watching your show silently, and I was expecting you to have a say on the assistant Ushala's part with Tunde and not. What do you think? How do you think this would end? Do you think she's right saying what she's saying, and do you think that it is okay to say that Tunde Ednot actually have no right calling at Alex Iwobi? Well, to be very honest, I think on Twitter I have also shared uh, my thoughts on that one. I made a tweet. I've not even gone back to see people's reaction because people like to react aggressively to anything, and I've not gone back to see people's reaction to it. But I will eventually have to go, and in doing that, maybe I will see what people have to say because yesterday I was a bit very very tired after school. I mean, school can be very very stressful. Believe me, school can be stressful when you're teaching or mentoring young people, teenagers, young adults, and they are sharing stories, very, very ridiculous stories, things that you would not believe that in 2023, 2024 are happening, but they are happening. And you just have to sit there and be emotionally drained and be the whipping wall for these kids, boys and girls, and then you find a way. Maybe you're not even sure if what you're saying is right, but just find a way to listen and then share a few nuggets of hope, for them. And it Wednesday, like my wife would say, Wednesday is a big damn day for me because when I come back, I'm always burnt out. I'm always like, you know what, I've had a day today. This is one of those days where I am done. And for our teams that are in the Veraggio Cup, I think I have to go to Veraggio now and try and get Ahmed Kalijaye to talk to us on the result. The result for ACFA was good, but we have to go to Ahmed Kalijaye if he's available and get to hear a few things about that one. At least they won their game 5 goals to 3 against the Brazilian team. It was score me, I score you. It was a score me, I score you day. That's the way. That's the way I see it. When the first half was 4-2 and then he ended 4-3, 5-3 at the end. Hi, good morning, Ahmed Kalijaye.
Good morning.
Buongiorno. Buongiorno, my brother. How are you?
Fine, I'm good.
Okay, now you did for cold. Now me get flu. I don't understand how that is anyway, but let's deal with it gradually. As a single man, have you found an Italian wife?
My Italian babe still never calls me. She says she's a bit busy, but I'll find time to see her.
Is there any chance that you will get another one if she doesn't come? You're a single man, so it's
Yeah,
not
yes,
like you're
yes.
committing any
Of
sin.
course. Of course. There's opportunity plenty.
Do you have
Too many
plans?
opportunities.
Do you have plans to taste the forbidden fruit? Aha.
If possible, yes.
Okay, let's move into football. You will just answer. You're not go just, oh God, this guy is a very, very bad human being. Yeah, my producer is a bad human being. So the last time you played your first game, it ended with everybody with egg on their faces, with tears and sadness and pain. And for me, I always look at the cost of this tournament. Taking a team, your contingent is 25, Abi.
Yes.
So
25.
taking 25 people from Nigeria, self-sponsored. It's not like, oh, you have one sponsor who's paying. The guys, the Alex is the one that's sponsoring this and putting everything into it. And you go your first game, you lose. And the fact is, you're not the only Nigerian team that is there. If you're the only Nigerian team, you say, okay, you can make an excuse and say jet lag, tiredness, we come early. But in this case, the other Nigerian teams, one had won 6-0. After you lose 1-0, the other one won 2-1, the other one won 4-1. Going into this game, how scared were you? Because a second defeat means when they come back early.
Yeah, definitely.
So going into the game yesterday, how scared were you guys?
Going into the game yesterday, I was nervous. I was anxious. Honestly, I was. Even the boys. So the good thing was the boys were angry with themselves. They wanted to go all out. Then I think the president was putting some pressure on them. Yeah, you guys cannot lose this game. So it was all fair. Everybody was tense. Everybody was tense. But one thing that really helped, before they went out to start the game, while they were in the dressing room, they just decided to play Nigerian music on the speaker, and that just lightened the whole mood. The players started dancing. They all started enjoying dancing and they all. I think it just lightened the mood. Coupled with the fact that one of the players was having his birthday yesterday. That's Okoro Hyacinth, the one who was the old. He was the one who was here 2 years ago, so it was his birthday yesterday. And he spoke to his guys and
now,
like,
hey
guys,
hold on with Okoro Hyacinth. Is he by any chance the son of a coach, Vincent Hyacinth?
No.
Oh, okay, no problem.
No, it's not. So I think the whole players just decided, okay, today we must make sure we get this result, and coupled with the fact that we're playing the Brazilians. After the first game, we heard that the Brazilians were a very, very good side, that they were just unlucky, just like us in our first game. They were unlucky to lose their first game, and it heightened the mood. Like, the anxiousness was just over the roof. But like I said, playing that music in the dressing room, I was there. I recorded those clips, and seeing them dance and seeing them lighting up before the game just helped the morale of the players. And when they went out into the match, they just shook them apart the first 15, 20 minutes, scored 3 goals. And the Brazilians were shocked because they were shouting at each other like, what's going on? But then the Brazilians didn't give up. They came back, and it was a really tense game. They came back from 3-goal down to 3-2, and immediately they scored the second goal. We scored the fourth one, and that just helped ease the tension a bit. Then we went into the halftime. Coach had their say. Everybody had their say. Then we came out for the second half. Within the next 5-10 minutes, we scored again to make it 5-2. Give a gap. Then the Brazilians scored one back, 5-3, and we just held on to the end of the game. So it was a big relief for the team when they got the victory, because this just shows that, okay, these boys they were hungry. They were hungry because they played their hearts out yesterday in trying to get the win, and they got it. And they just see this as a stepping stone to moving forward. Meanwhile, after the win, they were compensated by the presidents. Each player got 20 euro.
Wow!
As a gift for winning the game. Each player got 20 euro. Not just players, even officials to get small thing.
That's nice.
Yes, now all of us we shout.
Yeah, and you're even walking. So, you have a camera on your shoulder, running around, being tense,
so
recording.
Yeah, so it was really good. It was really good. And the thing is, everybody played yesterday. Everybody played. Almost all the teams. I think almost all the players played. Only one player did not play, and it was good. Right now, they're looking forward to the game tomorrow. As I'm talking to you, the players are on the TV watching their game yesterday. They are going through the games and looking at mistakes they made and whatever. I'm planning ahead for the next game tomorrow.
All right. Who's the opponent that you're playing tomorrow, and what's the situation like? The Brazilian team now, they're almost as good as out, unless they get lucky with one of the best losers. But the kind of goals the amount of goals they've conceded means they're almost as good as out. Who's your next opponent, and what is their result already? With the 3 points you already gathered, would 4 points qualify you, or you need a maximum 6 points? What are the situation?
Okay, so in the group right now, Honved Budapest is the Hungarian team. They actually lead the group. They won their game yesterday, 2-1. So they beat Pontedera, who defeated us 1-0. Well, Honved Budapest defeated them yesterday 2-1. So Honved topped the group with 6 points. Um, we are, Alex Configuration is second on the table. We got 30 points because we have plus one goal difference. Pontedera, who defeated us,
So
lost yesterday,
there
which
is
was
no head to
to
head.
Honved. No. It's goal difference
Okay.
first. It's goal difference. So we thought we come second. Then Pontedera are third on the table with 3 points also, and the Brazilian team Ibrachina no points yet. So they're at the bottom of the table. So all we just need to do tomorrow is make sure we don't lose, and we should be through to the next round.
Please tell them to win.
No. Win is the ultimate goal, but just deep inside the mind, just know no matter what happens, just don't lose.
Oh, that's fine. Anyway, and talk to me. Talk to me about Italy.
And today,
no. You wanted to say something. Today, what happened?
Today the other Nigerian teams will be playing. Ojodu City will be taking on Melbourne today, this afternoon by 3 p.m. So also Mavlon will take on a Spanish team, Jovenas Promesas.
What about Beyond Limit? Have they played their second game?
Beyond Limit won their second game yesterday. Yes, they defeated Beyond Limit won the second game yesterday, 3-0. They defeated Stella Rosa from Serbia. They defeated them 3-0. Meanwhile, after the Beyond Limit game, so the Serbian team they play with, we are actually in the same hotel together. And when we spoke to the boys after the game yesterday, when we go back to the hotel, they said Beyond Limits that they play with 10 midfielders, that they don't understand how they do it.
That's Coach Olumide's.
They're just too good.
Coach Olumide's idea. I mean, like I keep telling everyone who cared to listen that for me, Coach Olumide is the best coach in Nigeria right now.
He is. He is.
He's a young man, and sometimes it's just funny that they don't give this kind of people opportunity to coach the national team. I don't get it.
And two of the players here, Farouk Ogundare and also Marobo Ariyeyi, they've both been called to the under-20 camp for the All Africa Games coming up next month.
Yeah, we're still waiting for Ghana people to give us our accreditation. We're preparing for that one.
Exactly.
So it's very good that you are following those players already. So it makes it easy for us.
And meanwhile, the Parobo guy is
Ahmed Kalejayi. Hold on. Say Organic Parobo.
Organic Parobo.
Not Parobo. I don't understand what's Parobo. I gotta talk. The name is Parobo. So let's get that one straight so that you don't go and be murdering my family name upside down.
So he's a good scorer so far now in the league, and meanwhile he just signed for a team in Norway. He came all the way from Norway to
join you guys.
To join you guys. Yeah, we met him at the airport when we landed in Milan, so we came together to encourage you.
Wow. He would be wishing that he didn't sign for the Norwegian team. Maybe he had gone to Verage first. Maybe he would get a better deal. But hey, I mean, whichever way he's having fun, so let him enjoy his career.
Yeah, he is. So I'm enjoying Italy. The weather is cool. It's a bit bright. The sun is out already this morning, and it's cool. Having fun. Now I'm speaking Italian little by little. So you see.
So what's the plan? This is your Arabic Arabic accent that you speak. You think that's Italian? So warn yourself.
No, the Italian accent. Don't get my Botino verse.
Okay, no problem. Bye. Let me let you go and meet your Italians. Ciao.
Ciao.
Yeah, that's an update from the Viaggio Cup in Italy. My producer has become a reporter. That's so strange. I never thought. I mean, he doesn't like talking. He doesn't like being in front of the mic or the camera. Times are changing, so we're having a different outlook to it. And we're so excited about the fact that from the Bayern Youth Cup, we have a lot of players that are now beginning to make it. I mean, when this project started in 2018, 2019, it was a difficult thing to even agree. When we signed up that agreement with them, and it didn't come with any financial incentive. It was a lot of people. I mean, a lot of people in the industry thought we're being like Momo people, But looking at the product that have come out between 2018, 2019, and now, 20 players have moved from Nigeria, from the grassroots to Europe, and the chiefest of them all is Victor Rakpo, who just signed for OGC Nice. And from the look of things, they are going to fast track his movement from the reserve team to the senior team. First game he played, he came off the bench and he scored. He played this weekend. I've not been able to get the update on that one. But I mean, we're looking at things and hopefully we will see the very best out of it. But let's go to your messages, your comments. You know how it is. I always say that the first 30 minutes are mine, and I use it the best way that I can. I'm also trying to get Omar Katugba to talk to me. I want to ask him to share his AFCON experience and the ins and the outs. I was trying to get Dr. Kelechi of Arsenal Fan AFTV the other day, but he's been a bit busy. I wanted to also share his thoughts. A few people who went to the AFCON that are close to me, I wanted them to share their thoughts. I also was trying to get Jude Odegalu to share his thoughts on cyberbullying and how he reacted to it in 2018, what it did to his psyche, his person, and how he went on from there. But we've not been able to have a very good time. I was supposed to be in the night, but last night I wasn't available and I had to apologize. Send him a message and I apologized. Sorry, there was no fuel in my gen, so I can't run it. I can't bank on NEPA light, and then somewhere in the middle of our interview it goes off. But hey, he understands. It's a friend and a brother, so we're always going to have it go back and front. So let's go to your comment now. Digital Avma say we did with you. My space plays says Saka is more versatile, but it's difficult to say who is better. Is Saka more versatile? Versatile means you can play in multiple positions. I think Phil Foden is a lot more versatile. I'm not saying who is better. I'm just saying the word versatile. I'm addressing that word now. Phil Foden can play on the left wide. He can play on the right wide. He can play as a lone striker. He can also play as a 10, as a midfield 10. He can play anywhere in that midfield apart from the defensive midfield. So if it is versatility, he can also play as a fullback. Okay, I've seen him play as a fullback in some times of the game. So I think if it is versatility, Foden is a lot more versatile than Bukayo Saka. Bukayo Saka is just on that right side. And sometimes my problem with Bukayo Saka is that he have the Alex Iwobi thing where sometimes he just fade off the game. Sometimes he's just absent-minded and all that. But hey, it is your call. You tell me who you think is the better player. Akimbola Lanre say, man, it's been tense in my house. The economic situation, it bite hard. Because we need to discuss it. We cannot just be jumping and getting excited. Sports. Let's talk about this. So if we can even in this community begin to help each other, it's really because the reason why I'm saying it is my DM is overspilling. It's overspilling with a lot of, bro, help me with this. And some, to be very honest, some look like, just talk. But some, when people reach out to you and say, I need 2,000 naira to buy Gary, to buy this, to buy that. And this is like hard. You have to come through. When people reach out to you, like hospital bills, and then they do video call. You see the wife in the hospital, you talk to the doctor, you talk to the nurses in the hospital. You have to go overboard. And then, sometimes even some people who ordinarily before now used to be people you run to, and I come back to you and like, man, this is hard, things are tough. And if you live in Nigeria, I'm sure you have 1, 2, 3, or 4 friends who people have sent their this loan app has sent their messages to you. This person is owing this person is owing that. So that, man, the thing is hard. So if you have, I'm not forcing it on anybody, but if you have, reach out, check on friends. If you're not going to send them the money directly. So let me give you a good example. I used to buy carton of noodles 5,000 naira. Now it's 7,500. And I'm hearing it's going up again. Bag of rice is now 70,000 naira. Some people are even selling 75, 72, 75, right? And it's still going up. This is what we used to buy 18,000 naira. So and many people's salaries are not increasing. So you can see how bad that is. Gary, basket of Gary now is now about 4,000 something, like one pint of Gary. This is what they used to say 500, 700. So you see how that in a kilo of Titus fish is about 4,000 something. Yeah, 4,000. A kilo of turkey is 5,600. That adjustment, I don't think everybody is able to deal with it easily. So if you have means, this is not even the time to send money to people's accounts. If you can, send them money. But if you cannot, if you buy Gary, buy rice, buy beans, send to somebody, they go appreciate them all. They go really, really appreciate them. But let's keep it going, okay? MySpace plays say Foden is playing under arguably the best manager in the world and a huge umbrella of Manchester City. Very different situation from Saka in Arsenal. Okay. The manager that Saka is playing under is also not bad. He gets opportunity to play. He's playing also in a very good team. Let's also admit that, and he's a focal point in that team. Phil Foden at Man City would have to fight for his space. He's not guaranteed playing time. No matter how good he plays today, tomorrow he might not start. Bukayo Saka can be limping and he's still going to start for Arsenal. So all of those also need to be factored in. Olatunji Emmanuel say Foden over Saka. Foden took on the team in the absence of KDB, also has more to his game and more versatile. Saka is good, but overhyped in my opinion. Okay, good. We're going to that hype word now. Green Touch, you say even if you explain to people, they will think you are lying because all they think is the exchange rate. Yes, I agree. I face that every day. Let me give you one course now that I have. So you see this, people come to watch my YouTube channel, some to naturally support, and I feel the support. But you see this thing where people are now giving me super chat, $20, $50 in the name of exchange rate. A lot of people, they help me calculate the money. And since the Nations Cup started, and when I explain to people that I never, all this money where you see people they give me, so I never collect anyone. Oh. They're still there because there is a threshold you have to hit before you can withdraw money. So you set your threshold. Some people set it for $100, some people set it for $1,000, some people set it for 10,000, 5,000, depends. I like to have value to what I'm doing. I like to say, oh, now this thing what I do, now this work, now I produce this result. So me and my production team agree that, okay, let's put it at $3,000 because of the exchange rate. Let's put it at $3,000. Since this AFCON, all this money, so it never even reached $1,000. So sometimes somebody would ask you for help. Now look at this. So somebody will ask you for help, and you're like, man, I don't really get. It's rough. I'm struggling myself. And you try to explain, because again, you're a public figure. It's different when you are a private person. You explain like, I don't really get to, man. It's tough, but I go try. And then underneath they will comment, Baba, if you want help, may you help. You will be say you just sit down for house. They talk for microphone. Guys, they dash you dollars, pounds every day. You say we need to see them. you need to understand this feeling. And I'll be like, wow, at the work here, people they help me calculate my money. It's not there. But you see, I've also come to realize that the guy who bought me this mic, Sam Bono, said something that I like. He said to me that I have friends and then I have fans. How my fans react, I cannot control it. Yes, no matter what I say or do, I can't control that. But I can control my friends, because if you're my friend, if I call you and I tell you, oh boy, man, things are rough. See what I do, so I put my money. You're supposed to understand. Well, let me go to Omar. I'll come back with that conversation. Let me go to Omar Katuba. Is in Germany. I think I'm guessing he's back to Germany. Hey, Omar. Good morning.
Hello. Morning, good morning. How are you doing?
I'm fine. Anytime I call you on this WhatsApp and I see you on this blue suit, I just kind of like tell myself, why is this guy not working in Silicon Valley? And then when you go to African Cup of Nations, I'm seeing you wearing nika like a trader in Alaba market. I'll be like, oh my Katuba, that be so we plan now. We had a sit down in Portugal. We plan this corporate 2024 is corporate Omar. How you doing? Are you back in Germany?
Exactly. I'm currently on my way to the airport. I'm in a taxi.
Oh, okay. In a
Yes,
taxi in where? Because
in
you are
Paris.
supposed to be the foreign affairs minister of Nigeria. You travel. You travel.
And
You cannot travel more than the president of Nigeria. Do you realize that?
well, now I realize
The only difference is that you're not using Nigerian money and you're not borrowing money from
exactly,
China to do it. You're working very hard to get it done.
e- exactly. That's the difference, and that's a very big difference.
Okay, so there is one major conversation that we are having on the show this morning is the dependents in Nigeria that are begging money from you guys that are in the abroad. How
Yes, yes,
how pressing is it
yes,
now that the economy is very, very hard?
yes. Say it again.
How tough is it for the number of people begging you money, your DM now? Has it increased or
Yes,
it has reduced?
of course it has increased. In fact, from people you know to people you don't know, it's incredible numbers. You can't believe it, and sometimes you don't even know if these people are genuinely needing help or they are just trying to take advantage of you because they believe that you're in a position to help. And it's really incredible. And this is also the problem because some people are just going online, deceiving people that they need help, creating all sort of stories that you make you pity for them, and then you help them, and then you realize that
Then they club the
they are
lounge.
just
Then they buy a zoo
exactly,
where you not go fit buy.
ex- exactly, but then they ask you for help. So it's crazy. It's crazy to be honest.
Okay, so you went to the AFCON, and practically you're the only person in the world that covered two continental competition at the same time. You were
Yes, yes,
you were at the Asian Cup. You covered
yes,
it
yes, yes,
halfway, and then you
yes,
came to
yes,
Africa, your motherland, and you covered the AFCON.
yes,
Can you share your own experience, the Omar experience? That we're talking about something called the Traveler's Guide by Omar Katuba. Can you share
yes.
your experience of both competition?
I mean, the difference, with both competitions is that they are played in two different world entirely, two different continents, or two, let me say two different countries, because both continents have their good
Yeah,
and
bad.
bad parts.
Yeah.
Exactly. But of course, that continent has more in terms of development because of their oil and how they utilize it. So you can say Qatar, Saudi Arabia, the UAE, Bahrain, and Kuwait, all those places. But in Africa, of course, you can mention a few countries as well. So now let's say countries, two different countries, Qatar and Ivory Coast. Qatar, smaller, richer, more developed, more beautiful, more organized. Abidjan or Ivory Coast, not very rich, quite developed compared to Cameroon. But of course, it's still West Africa. You see all of the, gray areas, and in terms of infrastructure, which
Yeah.
made it's much more difficult covering the AFCON. In Qatar, it was easy to move around. It was very seamless accommodation. It was class. It was clean. But coming to Africa, you see a different world entirely. In fact, I used to say every day in Ivory Coast that the AFCON will humble you. The AFCON didn't only humble the players, it humbled even journalists. You needed to see, you know, the stress written all over the faces of all the journalists covering the AFCON. It was really, really, really difficult. So, and that's why you have to give credit to African journalists covering the African Nations Cup, especially being played in countries, like countries like Ivory Coast, Cameroon, all these kind of countries that are still struggling with infrastructure. It's not easy at all. So credit to every journalist who was in Ivory Coast,
Um,
especially those who started
Omar,
from
Omar,
yes,
we were together in Europe in October last year,
yes,
and
exactly.
once again, thank you very much for being an incredible host. Although, since I
My
know you,
pleasure.
I never call you beg you for money. Oh, if like I go start to
Of
beg you for
course,
money now. I go
I
join
need
the
to even
people
beg
with
you.
because I hear say you did give the money loud, so I go call you beg you for money. But let's talk about something.
Yes,
When you go to Amsterdam, you can take a train
yes,
from anywhere from the airport, and you will land
of
at the
course.
Amsterdam Stadium, the Ajax Stadium. The same with the
Exactly,
PSV Stadium. When you go
exactly.
to, we were in Qatar. From
Of course.
Lusail to any of the stadium, there is Amtrak train, there is vehicle that'll take you from point A to point B, and you
Exactly,
just stop. In Ivory
Exactly.
Coast, the Alassane Ouattara Stadium that hosted the
Oh
finals,
boy.
you
Oh
will
boy.
trek 3 miles from where the
Oh
bus stop
boy.
you before you will get
Can I,
into the stadium. That's one
can I
problem
even
first.
tell
Then the stadium in
you?
itself is outside the outskirts of town. No
And guess what?
development
The
in a
stadium,
village.
guess what? Guess what? The stadium is even gated. The stadium is like inside an estate. I was
Yeah, it's an
surprised.
estate. Yes, the stadium is in a gated community. But there is no
And
community and there's no ecosystem around it. Why do
and
most
that is even
African countries
that is
do that?
dangerous. That is dangerous. If there's what you call it, crowd
A
issue,
stampede.
people can a stampede. Thank you. That is military kind of arrangement. I was surprised.
Now, there's somewhere I'm going to because I was trying to explain it in a group that we have Alibaba and a host of others. I'm
Yes,
not sure they were
yes.
getting me. You were inside
Okay,
that stadium in the finals, right?
of course.
Do
In fact,
you
I was
think?
when you
Do
put
you think that for a minute, if Nigeria had won that cup, were less than 1,000 Nigerians inside that stadium against 56 or
yes,
57,000 Ivorians? Do you think for a
inside,
minute?
then
Yes,
and then thousands outside.
good.
Don't forget.
Do you think that for a minute, if Nigeria had won that thing, there would have been rampant violence, that stampede in that stadium?
Maybe, to be honest, the Ivorians that I dealt with, they looked very welcoming, very calm, very open, friendly. I would not know what they would be like if
The reason
Nigeria
why I'm
had
saying
won.
this
You
was
understand?
when in the group
Yes,
stage, they had not qualified. They were already
it
damaging
was
buses, they were already vandalizing stadiums and all that. So I'm putting
yes,
that in perspective. And I also
yes,
remember that leading to the finals, they were begging Nigerians not to win. That they spent so
of
much
course.
money
In fact,
that please don't win us. Please don't win us. And I heard that when Nigeria scored the goal, they were dead silent. They were humbled. Then they equalized. Could they? I mean, this is just me playing figment, plucking out of my imagination.
yes,
Could they? Could that also be maybe part of what created fear in our players? Because I look at the game and I was like, our players are playing like they are scared compared to how they played in other games. I don't know, but you were in the
yes,
stadium, so you can give me a feel of the atmosphere and all that.
yes. I mean, of course, you cannot rule out the impact of home support. I think that played a huge role, but it wasn't violence. I think it was support, moral support. They were screaming the hell out of our players. Anytime our players touched the ball, Matthew, you could you could hear a vociferous crowd shouting, woo, booing them, and when they have the ball, you see the tone of voice will change. Let me tell you the story. Actually, I watched that stadium. I say I watched that game from outside the stadium.
Whoa.
Let me tell you the story. It was myself, Father Akintunde Johnson, and Rotimi Pedro, the boss,
Us
the
me, my
the owner
former,
of.
I work with him in Brazil.
Exactly correct. So we left the Sofitel Hotel where the Calf Big Wigs are staying. We left at about uh 3:30 p.m. In fact, the last official bus that left the Sofitel Hotel left at 1 because they have buses going to the stadium at different time, taking different set of people, VIP guests,
Yeah.
journalists, and all. But we went on our own arrangement. So we got on the way to the stadium. Our driver had an accident.
Oh.
We had to help him out. He was arguing with the other guys, and then one guy picked us up. Picked us up. We got to a particular junction where you cannot go further from there. So we joined the bus that takes people from that junction to a particular gate where they will check your ticket, and then you walk to the stadium gate. That is that big stadium that is in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
But when we got to that point, the police locked the gate, and there were a lot of people standing there with tickets. Police said, "No way, nobody can go in anymore. The scanners are not working. If our stadium is filled up."
Ah, another
And
beaver situation.
exactly, and I explained to them in my very broken French that we don't need scanning. We are journalists. See accreditation. Our places are sorted. We just go in and sit down and do our work. Bro, it fell on deaf ears. I said everything I could say until people ran out of patience and they pulled down the barrier. Everybody just ran away. But we didn't know that Another barrier was waiting for us.
Like life of a sport journalist. Come on.
And life of a sports journalist in a military, how do I put it?
Yeah,
In
in a
a country
militarized
controlled by
zone.
the
Yeah,
exactly.
coming
You know
from a
how West
war.
Africa exactly. It's like you are in a war front. So we got to the main gate and saw that we are in front of a gated community, not even a stadium.
Sorry.
The whole stadium was locked up. We said everything we could say in this world that opened this gate for us. We are different. We are not ticket holders. And I saw a lot of Nigerians who bought VIP tickets worth 500 US dollars, flew from Europe, flew from Nigeria with 2 million naira. They could not get into the stadium.
Oh my God. I say,
It was,
let me tell you the funny thing. My phone was going
yes.
off. Like, please, do you have access to Amaju? Please, can you help
How
me
much you
tell?
couldn't how much couldn't have even done anything?
Wait now, could you help me tell him so that I can send the CAF protocol people to come? I said, bros,
Oh,
I'm in Lagos, Nigeria. I call Amaju.
oh
He
my
sent
God.
protocol. How does he identify you among the crowd? Is he going to come with a
Exactly.
megaphone and start shouting, "Hey,
Exactly.
Mr. So, Pastor this"? A lot of people calling me. I was like, I see. I know I cannot do anything here. Just find a viewing center and
It
watch
was
the game. But I have spent,
father.
I have
I said,
spent
father.
$2,000. I have spent $100. I have spent $500. I said,
Exactly.
my brother, it not concern me.
It's
And these
crazy.
are part of
And
the conversation that a lot of people are not having. Nobody's having
exactly.
this part of the conversation.
Exactly. And we were so tired. Really say Ivory Coast saps your energy completely.
Yeah, it
That
burns you
place is
out.
so it's so hot. I go out every day in Abidjan with a hand luggage filled with 3 different clothes. If I want to interview like Danny Jordan, I have to go to the toilet and put on my suit because you will not wear your suit and leave your house. You will be drenched. You will be sweating like you were drenched by the rain. So I go out every day like a traveler with perfume, with body lotion.
But
So
that's
it
how
was
actually how you move anyway.
exactly,
So
exactly.
you were prepared for
So
this.
exactly. So we were so tired. But and Rotimi Pedro had to go and look for a public viewing in one of those villages around the stadium because they couldn't stand it anymore. I was
Wow.
so desperate to go inside that stadium, so I kept trying different gates. All was futile. I had to sit down in front of the stadium, watch it on the phone with many Ivorians, and so we're following the game by the way the tone of the way the voices were changing right from inside the stadium. So
Yeah.
we hear woo Nigeria had the ball. And I will be honest with you, we had woo very little time, less number of times because they were in fact Ivory Coast was on the ball for the entire night. It was like
Yes.
you were in a, you were like in a camp of soldiers fighting against them. You have no chance. You understand that kind of a
The
thing?
fight was rigged before you even started.
Exactly. And then the moment they scored, you will hear everybody jumping. So we're following the game by the noise coming out of the stadium and then the ones outside. Because the goal is scored first inside the stadium before it's on TV. You
Yeah.
get. And
True.
then that was how and then immediately the game ended. I said, okay, now they've won, they will open, people will come out. That's how I managed to get into the stadium. And you know what I did? I went straight to pitch side because normally I would not have access. But since the game is over, I said, since I didn't cover the game, I must get a vantage position. I went straight to pitch side and I was standing behind Chukwueze when he was crying. And I was like, I think it's even beneficial that I didn't cover the final because I would have been at the press tribune and I would not be able to come down.
The instinct of a journalist will always kick in. When I tell people that being a
Exactly.
journalist,
And
especially
you know, say,
coming
say
from
Warino they
Nigeria,
carry last.
no, you know,
And
carry
you know, say,
last now.
Warino they carry last.
Yes,
I
immediately
turned
you kick
disadvantage.
in.
The disadvantage became an advantage.
For sure. Omar, thank you very much, and I hope you get a safe
Always a
flight back
welcome.
to
You're always
Hamburg.
welcome.
And
Thank you.
we will
Thank you, man.
continuously talk to you on the show. Thank you very much for sharing
No,
your experience
no
with us.
problem.
Yeah, have a wonderful day.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's Omar Katugba. I mean, it's currently Nigeria's most traveled. For me, I think he's Africa's best sport journalist out there. His opinions sometimes divide all of us, including me. Sometimes I call him privately, "Oh my, you don't decrease. What's wrong?" But again, I realize that even me, that try to be modest with my opinion also divide people. My opinion have reached the point now where it brings dead truth. So I'm used to it. And like Omar will always tell me, bros, let's one day may go die. You, I'm doing my thing. I'm saying my thing. I don't owe these players anything, and I kind of understand. But it's a different conversation. Let's move on. Green Touch raised a very special angle to the conversation that even if you explain, people will not understand. I experience that all the time. Last year was a different kind of year where I had to spend all that money for my son's brain surgery and all the treatment that come after. While in the middle of that, somebody's calling you to pay children's school fees, somebody's calling you to pay house rent, somebody's calling you to buy food for them, somebody's calling you for different things. That okay, I went to worry for my mother-in-law's burial. I was in worry for burial, and I'm telling somebody that I'm here for burial. He's telling me I should forget it, bros. Forget whether you come for burial or not. And then the ones who want you to just buy them drink, it's a long walk. Additional, I must say Bukayo Saka and Foden are good players. They can play in the same team and affect the game. Foden is more experienced in a big stage. Olatunji Emmanuel say Thomas Tuchel needs to go, but I feel sad for him. He's been hard done by his players, especially in the Lazio game. Man, that's Upamecano. I'm not going to fit explainer. Honestly speaking, I don't feel explainer, but hey, it is what it is. Obaregere says the problem with Chelsea is not Pochettino. I think the problem is with the owners. The owners are clueless. Okay, so it means that the owners are good luck, Jonathan. Okay, Adisha Lafoma says Upamecano was bad all day yesterday and ended up giving Tuchel additional grey hair. Well, Olafat say I will always pick Saka because he has outshined Foden at all levels, including the Champions League this season. Foden is just shadowed by the City team, and take him out is not good enough, e.g. English national team. Really? Okay. I don't know, but I'm going to respect your opinion on this one. You have an angle, especially the English national team side. Henry Morris say, I came late to what did I miss? You miss everything. Taiwo Kunade says, good morning. Came late this morning. It's today's topic basically about Saka and Foden. Yes, that's what everybody's discussing right now. Taiwo Kunade says, you really tried on the Bayern Academy competition then. I mean, I have no choice. If I'm committed to something, I'm going to go the whole 9 yards. And then if anything goes wrong, I know I did my best, right? I did my best. But if I don't want to be part of it, I tell you from the beginning, I'm not going to do this. I don't have the resources to do it. So most especially when grassroots clubs reach out to me that, oh, come and cover our competition so that we'll have video for our players. And I say, are you paying? They say, no, they don't have money. And I say, no, I can't do this right now because again, for every time I set out a crew, I pay them. And right now I can't even do it because I'm in debt, this one, that one, I can't. But sometimes people don't understand. But, I've reached a place where I don't even have to explain myself to anybody anymore. Well, Olafat say, boss, I don't know how Beyond Limit are doing it. They have players in every competition and the quality doesn't depreciate. Practically, I'm following the Viraggio Cup via Soccer Score app. So how they do it is, Remo Stars as a football club is a placeholder. The idea, and that's why when I made that tweet that time that everybody was insulting me when I said Kule Shoname have done way more than Mko Abiola in sports. And people say, why dare you say that? That's blasphemy. No, it is not. Mko Abiola did political sports, which is what almost every other person is doing. Kule Shoname is doing business and infrastructural sports. So first off, there is a hostel. It's one of the things that keep a team good is if the players can be warehoused in the same place, you can control what they eat, what they see, what they hear, how they move about. Access, because this one that you have teams that they will train, everybody go to their house. You don't control what they eat. You don't control their health situation. So Remo Stars and the Beyond Limit, Remo Stars is okay, let's impact the league in Nigeria. Let's hold a space in Nigeria. But their business properties is the Beyond Limit. So the U13, U17, and with all this competition going to the US, going to Italy, is them saying we would sell players and use the money to continue to maintain the infrastructure that we have set up and also continue to develop. And they have a very good scouting team. Their scouting team is good. And then they also employ the best coach. Coach Olumide, remember, I was the first person that brought Coach Olumide to the notice of a lot of people back in 2017, 2018, when I did that interview that I put on the channel, part 1 and part 2. And I remember people said I was doing PRO for the guy to go to the national team. Nigerians, now when they talk of big popular players, when I go say mental problem or cyberbullying, I sat here, interview a grassroots coach who explains his own journey with his mouth. When I go comment section, they tell me, say, are the fine help at the promoter so that they go invite her for national team. So if the coach is good and they invite him for national team, is anything bad about it? But hey, it is what it is. And we've seen the result. Verajo Cup, no Nigerian team, no African team have ever gone there and got past the group stage. 2022, he was the coach of the team and he got all the way to the finals and lost to Sassuolo. It's gone again. They've played 2 games now. They've won. They won the first one 6-0. They won the second one yesterday 3-0. And it's looking like they are also going to go that far again. And it has also now inspired Nigerians because now you have 4 Nigerian teams in the competition, which also provide the opportunity for a lot of these players to get deals and sign, because I hear that the scouts are swarming around the Nigerian player. One, Nigerian players are cheaper than the players that came from Serbia, Melbourne, Australia, Brazil, and anywhere. So they are cheaper, they are more hardworking, easy to coach, easy to, to bend and adapt into different positions. So you see the advantage. But I think Remo Stars have set up a very good project. I just hope that they continue to run and God keeps Kolashiname alive and strong and healthy, and also help him to get the wisdom to put a transitional team. One day, if he's not there, the project can sustain itself. Tayo Okunade say, I give kudos to you on grassroots development. There is a certain player in Ikorodu FC, Paul Aderibigbe. He say he plays just like Nwankwo Kanu. Saw his clips and was impressed. If he plays for Ikorodu FC, Ikorodu City FC, then what's this called? Toby Adepoju, Olawale Kodri, Puja, they have a very massive platform that can showcase him. If they are not showcasing him, maybe I don't know why. But if he's as good as you say he is, then those people can. Lamere for the very first time, he say, I beg buy for with this. Thank you very much. Let's really say appreciation. Thank you so much. God bless you. Appreciate you for that. £20. Oh, £20. 20 chalet. Not Ghana chalet. Oh. The better it's not even the rich chalet. That chalet. Now he has cancer. You can't even insult him anymore. So you just have to respect yourself. You gotta take Agbo. They take Agbo. People will give us English message, they take Agbo. Anymore say, Adlami, thank you for the £20 for our fuel. Olafat say every role Foden can play. Saka can play. Now lie. Saka not play 10. Stop it. Remember, he played the 8 and 10 role during Arteta first full season. He not play 10 and left back. No. This is talking as an Arsenal fan. No. Saka, what's it called? Phil Foden is a lot more versatile than Bukayo Saka. That's not to say Bukayo Saka is not good. He's a good player. But if you put the 12, if it comes to the choice of one, I'll pick Phil Foden ahead of Bukayo Saka any day, anytime. I don't really go say, I beg you, Foden get a sense past Saka. Saka, where they always hug the lines. Foden, they run through defenders like Arrow going through the bull, which Man City, watch Man City versus Copenhagen. Not even only that game. There's so many games where it's done that. And I go pick Foden ahead of Saka. I don't feel like you. I don't say, where them call the price of cow and other things for me. I shock you. Things too expensive. I agree. For you, where they can't do better right now. I remember last November we went to the village. We want to do so for us, because I've done my mother's burial in 2010. I always say, and then I did my wedding in 2011. I'm a low budget person. Even if I get all the money in this world, I'm always still going to be a low budget person. Once the mom died, I just told my wife, I said, obviously, there's going to be a lot of weight on everybody. But what we can do is to start buying. There are basic things that people take for granted. Let me give you a good example. If you plan burial, what is key in burial is let there be canopy and chairs where people go sit down. A lesson I learned a long time ago. Your event not going to be the best and it's not going to be the worst. Just keep it there. Then water. Make water, the bottled water, pure water. Pure water is the last thing you buy, but bottled water, make it day. All of these things, if you wait, say the week of the burial, now you go buy all of them. You go see issue of blood go affect you. What you do is mangi, as small as mangi, buy and plenty small. Buy and keep for bag. Salt, buy and keep. Some of those little things where they need, buy and keep. The people where go do the cooking, already engage them. Some people like it, say, catering company. I want to call catering company. Not for this economy, this balable economy. call people where they cook, may they come cook, they'll sit down there, they cook the food. Family members gather. Okay. But for you, I don't know where you're on for really tough. They say your papa na the oldest man in your village, meaning for Roboland. Now one whole week, if not be one whole month, bury yourself. Now you want to do so. So this for me, this is the kind of advice I can give. You know, so Robo, Ogo soup, anything we do, Ogo soup go must day. So the women will go cook Ogo soup, like it will be continuous because the days leading to the burial are not gonna be party like that, but they just be maybe two canopy where men go sit down, they'll talk, they'll do all those things, what they do, food go the day. So it means that the process of cooking is already there established. Then you buy all those things, they go, they store them. If you got to have a house, buy bag of rice, buy, those things, yam, gari, stash, you see, all those things, just buy them small. Before you know it, you have more than enough. That's what I do for my mother burial. That's what I do for my wedding. Even this burial will go do December 1st. Now the same way I take planner. Because I not get money to do lao one. I not be Obi Kubana. I not did that level. I also not get friends where go call me say I they send you two cow, two malu. I not be to the head not. I not did that level. So I first of all plan anything based on my own budget. If anybody can't be nice enough to say, oh, take this 50 naira or take this 100 naira, it works well for me. That's so I tell the plan my own. Anything what they do, that's how the planner. So that I not go call them one place called a vest for people who I no work for, where their money, not their money. I'll call the vest so they say, when I do my this thing, this one not help me, that one not help me. My brother. And they cut my coat according to my material. The material not rich coat, I use that to shimi. Those of you who don't know shimi, go ask your grandfather. They go explain what shimi be. Before there was singlet, there was shimi, and I saw the matter to be. Stepmanic say, Elegbete, please, sir. I would like to join Super Eagles technical crew. I can be massaging the players before and after match because I'm very good in massaging. Now, Dr. Unameka work you want to take, so that's the job of the physio, and I think Dr. Unameka is doing a very, very fantastic job massaging the players and doing all those things. So I don't think there is vacancy for it. The way it works, all those backroom staff position, it comes from the ministry. So the Ministry of Health sent Dr. Ibrahim, who was the team doctor, and Dr. Unameka, and one other guy, Kola Wale was his name. So there is a whole lot of people behind the scene that you would never see. They do all those jobs. They have enough, and they are very competent. They are very, very competent. I can say that. One of the best person you can ever meet is the secretary of the national team, Dayo Inebi Acho. But you will never see him. He's the nicest guy. I mean, people will always say he's not a Nigerian because he doesn't behave like one. He's calm under pressure. The kids manager as well. Fantastic guys. Great guys that you will meet any day. These guys work behind the scene. You don't get to see them, whether in video, Labaran, there's a whole lot of people that work behind the scene to make this national team function the way it functions. But I mean, these are unsung heroes. Nobody will ever see them. So I don't know if it is something that anybody can help you with. No, it is hard because those positions they come from the ministry and there's proper scrutiny. Because again, most of them must have worked with DSS because it's a sensitive position you're working in. They must have worked with DSS. They must have got some DSS training, special service training, special force training. Not just a massage. Massage is easy. There is a whole lot that you have to go through. I'm sometimes when I explain this to people, like, Nigerian national team, all these kind of people. The CSO, the Chief Security Officer of the Super Eagles, is a former aide to a state governor. He was working as he works with this DSS, right? But he's not there. If you see him with the big adjudge, you see him with the big stomach, you say, this one, nobody. That guy's got military training, solid military training in Nigeria and outside of Nigeria. But people don't give those people respect because a footballer I want to interview. Sometimes when you go to the camp, you need to interact with these people just as much as you want to interact with the players. And I've got great rapport with all these guys, and I get to know them that much. And then also ask other people because you have to also verify some stories. I don't think it is something that just employ people from the roadside and put in the national team. This is not me discounting what you can do, but I'm honestly telling you, if you go past there, you will need to come in through the ministry. And I think there's a balance of the best from the north, the best from the south, the best from the east, and all that. So it's not as easy as you're saying it. Okay. Shedik Okoyemi say even the referees that officiated the match blew against Nigeria at every slightest opportunity to favor the Ivorian team, probably out of the fear of being attacked if Nigeria win the final. Additional Afma say, what a painful experience. This is not even up to the stress UCL fans face in the Paris finals when English press no let us rest. Omar, not be small stress for AFCON. You know, if I didn't interview Omar, you wouldn't even know that this happened. The people will go that what's it called? That Cote d'Ivoire. Some of them will use their mouth tell on their story later. Olafat say, boss, this thing the Ivorian did well. Looking at how the Moroccan fans do at the CAF Champions League, their own might be more vigorous than the Ivorians. It happens everywhere. Maybe in Nigeria it doesn't, but it happens almost everywhere. And let's be very honest, it happens in Nigeria. When Nigeria was going to play Ghana, I was a right holder. Had paid $220,000 to the NFF. I was a right holder. I had my all access pass. I still jumped first enter stadium. You understand? Not only that I jumped first enter stadium, I've driven around that stadium. As if you know Abuja Stadium, as big as that stadium, I've driven around the stadium almost 8 times looking for where to park. The biggest mistake was to hire a car, looking for where to park. And I just couldn't leave the guy on the road. Because again, I need to know where I park so that when we finish, I carry equipment or anything, I go know where to go meet her. Every gate was locked. This was like 5 hours before match. Stadium done full. I don't even need stadium seats. Now on the floor, I go there. I have my pass. My team, we have our pass. I had to jump. I climbed fence. This hand dislocate like this. Because I climb, somebody now push me. My hand called hook inside the hole of one of the iron, that rail, and this arm bent like this. Bah! I had to put it back in, go for that game, and then we didn't qualify for the World Cup. I mean, it's sometimes you just go through all those ones and pass. And sometimes maybe when you give your opinion on the football, people are like, what are you saying? What do you know? Okay. Not only would they play football, that's serve Nigeria. Some of us too, they serve the Nigeria, but in our only 2 way, nobody even to say the service would render they good. Michael Akinrele says Saka can defend better than Foden. Offensively, Foden is better, but Saka is better defensively. Saka, my choice. Okay, Saka is supposed to be a forward player. Why are we not judging him by his defensive abilities? I don't understand. Stepmonic Elegbete, I honestly have experience in player massage. I have massaged players in Nuga game before. I'm telling you that the national team no get any opening. No matter how you can type this thing 1 million times. National team no get opening. And if you want to enter, I need to work for NFF. I'm not a staff of NFF. I'm in the marketing committee, but I am not a staff of NFF. I not carry their card. I cannot employ you. The problem with people like you, be say, you know the 1 year of that person. Once you set up your mind, say, now this thing I want to talk. Now you listen to too many motivational speakers. That if you talk much, the person will change his mind. No, he not get anything to do with that. My point here is that opening now from Ministry of Sports and Ministry of Health. Now you go from go find your way to that place and not get access there. If you like, if you like, man, you don't massage people from here to Gongola and back, from here to Mississippi and come back. He not change anything. The appointment not be waiting easy. Now they try to explain to you. If you know 1 year, now you know. Stephanie say, I saw you in the Ghana match, sir. Was there too, but I'm on the other side. How easy was it for you to enter the stadium? So it's very hard to go to matches and enter stadium. Sometimes when you go to Europe and you just find it easy to enter stadium and go out, and then you think it's always like that. Now, lie you, even in Brazil, for us, we had VIP, we had that special treatment, but I could see how difficult it is for some other people to get into stadium. Well, again, it is another way of trying to safeguard the place, because one thing with us in Africa is we've not learned how to sell ticket based on the size of the stadium. So there could be a 60,000 capacity stadium and we'll print out 200,000 tickets, and we want to sell all those tickets, like it or not. And even when the banner is showing that the stadium is full capacity, people are still saying, no worry, let me go, I will sit on the walkway. That's another thing with us. So all of those things add to the problems that always come with entry stadium in Africa. But that said, thank you very much. I've read all the messages that you guys have sent in, and I think we've reached the point where we can pack our bags and baggages and go. 15 extra minutes have been added to the show this morning to compensate for yesterday's abrupt end to the show because of fuel issues. But thank you very much. And let me go back and say at Lamiri, Lamiri, thank you very much for giving us £20 on the show today. God bless you. And to everyone, have a wonderful day. Okay, today is Thursday, is the Europa League. We're not going to have the night show. The night show returns on Saturday night after the matches. So we're not going to have night show today or tomorrow, but tomorrow morning it's going to have another show again. Thank you very much. God bless you and have yourself a wonderful day. My name is still Ida Fimat. You're going to love to come in the Lego Town Sports. Like I always say, don't be the problem, be the solution. And if you cannot provide a solution, don't stand in the way of those who are trying to make a solution. Bye bye and have a wonderful day.